whenever I did Kala's was I started at the bottom. And so you're going to want to look to see like where the bottom of your shirt is and where you want it. So if you, for instance, put the strips down here, then you're going to have strips hanging with no shirt. If that's the way you want it, that's fine. But the way I did that one was I kind of started it like right there. You just take your glue gun, and it's very simple. This is a very well-used glue gun. It's made lots of things. You just like put a little strip of glue right on that end that you left there, and you take this and you lay it where you want it, like that. And you want to be sure that you stick that glue down there pretty good. Make sure it doesn't soak through. I didn't have any issues with it soaking through when I did it before. And when I did this before on that shirt, just kind of like this one, I might go like under a little bit more and do it kind of sideways there to where they're staggered, I guess is what I'm trying to say. And so then this one, I might glue up here. And you want to try to pick some varied pieces. So don't just put all big pieces at the bottom. You want to just kind of mix it up. And you just go all the way up your shirt like this.
That looks so awesome.
And if you, I know some people have cut out the necks on their shirts. If you want to do that, you can. You know, however you want to do it. If you want to cut the sleeves off, you can. Some of these bigger ones, if you go, okay, that doesn't go, let's pick a different one. We might have to make that one a little bit smaller. So you're just going to kind of layer back and forth all the way up. When you get to your neckline, you might want to pick some of the smaller pieces, and you can actually just like curve this on there, okay? And then your accent pieces. So your accent pieces, you want to grab some of your accent over there? You're going to put these wherever you want to see them. What I looked at online, there were a lot around the neck, on the arms. You can put it around your waist. Be really careful when you put your accent pieces on that, like for instance, I saw one costume that I didn't like. So somebody had taken their accent piece and put it around here, and it was a guy, and it looked like he had a 8 mini skirt. So you want to like kind of...
If you're into that kind of thing.
Well, no, if you are, okay. But
no,
you want to like... you could cut a strip off and go, oh, I want some here, and glue it there. You could just do like back and forth layers of little small pieces of this. It's however you want it, okay?
You just want the black to be dominant.
Yes, the black.
Don't overbear
yes,
the black.
That's right.
I didn't mean to cut you off. I
No,
just wanted to
no,
make sure
thank
that
you.
was in there.
I'm glad you said that. The black is the dominant color. If you're an ensemble ape, you're going to use some neutral, muted tones. The named apes have the more vibrant jewel tones, and that's so we can tell them apart. Once we get everything on the front here, then you can, put your strips here on the sleeves, and then you're actually going to flip it over, and then you're going to do this on the back. And like what we have for Kala's here, hers has to have the back done, so it's not done. And once you get everything on there, you want to put this on yourself or your child, and make sure it looks full enough, and kind of go, oh, do they look like an ape? And see if you need to add anything else. If you need to add anything else, find things at home. T-shirts, cut the necks out of T-shirts, cut off the bottom, cut strips. That's what this is. Add it in. Old sheets, old blankets. Don't go buying a sheet set of a whole set that's $40. So you just don't want to spend that much money on this.
Goodwill.
Goodwill. That's where I got a lot of this stuff, was Goodwill. Okay, so there's the top. So the bottom can be any bottom that you want, and this is the bottom we're going to use for Kala. It could be as short as you want. You could have a skirt. You could have a whatever you want. You just need to kind of go with the same theme as you're going to with the top.
Really fast, if you have options between bottoms, I prefer the longer, like knee length, or like, just because they're
Did you want it below their knees? Because I said not. I thought.
Oh, you did? Oh, it's fine. It doesn't matter.
It's up to you.
But if we're deciding between like knee length and like shorter, I'd prefer the longer. Just because.
Knee length or longer? Knee length or longer?
Oh no, it doesn't have to be knee length or longer. I'm just saying,
okay.
if you have 2 pairs of shorts, and one's like the ones I'm wearing, and like to here, I'd rather have these, just because they're apes, and you want the less skin that's showing.
Okay.
So if you got some pants like that are loosey like pants, and they're down here, you just cut them off. Is that
wherever you want them?
You can just cut them.
I got.
If they're just past the knee, that's fine.
Okay.
It's fine. So this is another bottom that we're going to use, and so this is going to be full. I mean, they're gonna look like ape legs. So what we're gonna do whenever we do the shorts is you're gonna do the same thing. You're gonna take the strips and you're gonna start at the bottom. It's just easier to start at the bottom. And you're gonna think about where you want the bottom of your leg to be, because if you glue it there, then it's hanging down there on your skin. So you might have to cut some of these a little bit shorter if you're working on like a the pant leg there. And then you're just gonna glue just the same thing, and literally you're going to go through probably a full bag of glue sticks. I've gone through almost a full bag of glue sticks, and Kala's not even done. So it does take quite a bit of glue, and be sure that you stick it on there fairly quickly because the glue will dry like that. And then you're just going to kind of alternate these all the way up the leg, and each leg do the back. When you get here to the waist, you could take a bigger piece and put it like right there. Just don't do it around the waist because it will constrict. And then put them on them. See if you need to add more. See if you want accent on the bottom. That's going to be up to y'all. And that's it. I think these are going to look great. Just y'all don't stress about it. Just throw the stuff on there. The kids are going to love it. They're going to look awesome from stage. And I think they're going to look really good.
And especially if you have shorter, you can even do like she did that here.
Yeah,
but
you can make it longer.
You can glue strips and then have stuff like dangling like that, and it doesn't. We want them all to look different, so I don't want to say one thing or another.
Right.
And also save some of these if you don't use all of them, because they can tie them around their wrists and their ankles and like tie them in their hair. And also any of your accent tones they can also tie in their hair as well. And
once you're done, if you have any black left over and you're not going to use it, we may be able to use it on a few other costumes that were short a little bit of black. So if you have any black left over, we could use it.
And if you're a parent and you want to work on this at home throughout the week, you can take your stuff, and we're not going to rehearse today. So I know hot gluing from the comfort of your own home
is much easier than hot gluing here. Yes. I will say though, make sure if you're going to go home and finish it, that's all great, but work on it, because it takes a little bit just to get it all the strips glued on there, and you'll be stressing if it's tech week and you're still gluing.
Yeah, as long as they have them by the time we're in the theater. Have them by the time you're in the theater.
Okay. Are we good?
We're good?
Okay.
We'll post these videos online.